think this is going to be a really fun and interesting reset, especially because creativity is perhaps something that we don't all think about. It's not that top of mind for a lot of us, especially someone like me who has a business background, who never really considered myself to be a creative person. I didn't participate in many creative circles at all, so creativity was something that I didn't put a lot of thought into. I used to think of creativity as being solely the realm of artists like painters and musicians, sculptors and writers. Basically, people who were either making a living from their creative talents or very developed in their craft, working on it constantly. Even though I dabbled in some of these things like photography and painting and writing, I never thought of myself as a creative person. This started to change when I did The Artist's Way in a bullet journal. I saw how the threads of creativity were woven into the fabric of my life ever since I was a young child. And even though I went to business school and I worked in the insurance industry for almost 2 decades, that didn't mean that I wasn't a creative person. When I wrote my book, I started seeing how creativity really is integrated into everyday life in the form of ideas and self-expression. My definition of creativity expanded even more, and I saw creativity in everyday things like choosing what to wear for the day, deciding what to make for dinner, thinking about the route I want to take for my daily walk. The list goes on and on and on of how I get creative sparks within the day that might not necessarily be related to art per se. They're aha moments that come seemingly out of nowhere, a new idea or a fresh insight into something I'd been doing for a long time. Ever since I started identifying as a creative person, and I think this would have been true when I was in business school and in the insurance industry as well, the world kind of opened up to me a little bit more. I started being more open to ideas and really paying attention to the aha moments that I had, and I also became more confident in my own self-expression, following my own interests rather than looking at what everyone else was doing. I really do think that identifying as a creative person or identifying where creativity shows up in your life is very important to living a life that is fully aligned with your authentic self. And this is regardless of what industry you make your livelihood in or what hobbies you pursue. We are all creative people, and I truly, truly believe that. This reset aims to change how we think about creativity. Specifically, it's about leaving ourselves open to receive new ideas and aha moments. And as well, it's about being confident in our self-expression, because that is a form of creativity as well. As with the previous resets in food, money, and media, this is going to be a different kind of reset. An Authenblissity reset. It's where I spend an entire month reconnecting with my inner compass in one of 12 areas of life. The idea is that this practice will not only give me clarity about this one aspect of life, creativity, but the act of making small decisions and checking in with myself after each one will help me build confidence about the bigger decisions in my life. In the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about what you can expect if you decide to join me in this creativity reset. As we arrive into the topic of creativity, I want to mention that this reset is not about making dramatic changes in your life. It's not about big ideas or big shifts. You don't have to switch careers or write a book to find your creativity. Of course you can if that's where you're headed already, but this reset is more about identifying the creative things that you're already doing in your day-to-day life. By identifying all of these things and starting to see yourself as a creative person, starting to expand your definition of creativity, you'll become even more open to new ideas, and you'll also become even more confident in your self-expression. As with the previous resets, this one is broken up into 5 sections, the first one being Arrive, and you've already started on this journey by watching this video. You have a sense of what this chapter is about. The Arrive section contains a personal story along with 3 short exercises. If you're not interested in the personal story, you can skip that as well as the reaction exercise, and you can start at word cloud. Next, we'll move into the Observe section, and this is where we observe the moments in our week where we felt inspired, when we had an idea or an aha moment, and also when we expressed ourselves. We'll try to set aside any judgment or rationalization when we go through our 7 days of self-observation. The next section is a lot of fun. It is the explore section, and this is where we choose 2 or 3 exercises out of a list of 10 exercises to complete. I think these exercises are particularly fun, and right now I'm thinking one exercise that I definitely want to do is adornment. Next we move into connect, and there are 5 exercises in this section. This is the most challenging part of the reset because we really do look deeply to see what mental models we have about creativity and what our inner critic says about our own creativity, as well as who is allowed to be creative in society. When we identify our mental models, we can also see how they are stopping us from being fully open to new ideas or from expressing ourselves more authentically. The last part of this reset is reflect, and there are 3 exercises in this section. These exercises help you summarize everything you learned about yourself in this chapter, and as well it provides you with a few prompts so you can look ahead to what things you might want to try in the area of creativity moving forward. This creativity reset is one of 12 resets from my book, Authenblissity Reset. If you don't have the book already, I will leave a link down below, and if you can't afford the book but you still want to participate in this reset, I offer a pay what you can option on my website. That is going to be it for this video. I will be back towards the end of the month with my creativity reset recap. It's going to be an interesting month because I'm actually off for 2 weeks in the middle of February and away for a full week. When hubby and I take time off together, of course, we spend a lot of that together, and I don't have as much time for journaling. So I'm going to need to take a creative approach to completing the exercises in this chapter, but I'm really looking forward to what ideas come up and what solutions I think of. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, please take care and bye for now.